Good morning, everybody. Today I'm in Tillamook, Oregon. Another beautiful day in Oregon. A little bit overcast, but not too hot. I am going to be going down these stairs to go to Short Beach. One of the things here at the ocean is to watch out for sneaker waves. They're high concentration of sand, and that they come out of nowhere really is a hazard, and they are very dangerous. So one of the tips is to never turn your back on the ocean because they come out of nowhere. It right now is peak low tide, so I am heading down these stairs to access the beach, and I will pick up with another video when I go down the stairs. Well, I'm partway down. I'm seeing some hazard tape, some fallen trees, and it looks like the path used to go down here and down to the beach. But it looks like that's no longer a way, so they take you down a darker path. There's a nice little bench here for resting. There are some quite tall steps, deep steps, but some of these are regular, typical steps spaced. And we got some nice little buttercups here. But yeah, that's a bit of a drop there. And it used to go that way too, and that's roped off and netted off. So now the path goes this way. So let's see how that goes. Well, here I am down at the beach. Lots of driftwood piled up here. Looks like that place that I thought was a path coming down was really the tunnel for that drainage, for that waterfall. I climbed down all the way from up there, and it looks like that's that landslide area that people were talking about, that people have been finding rose quartz in. So I'm gonna have to poke around in that, but I'm also gonna be hunting down in the areas where those people are for some agates and stuff like that down here and in amongst these logs. See if I can find some cool rocks. I'll take some pictures as I find things, and of course take a look underneath the ledges and areas where there's plants too. And I'll keep you posted. The hunt goes on. Or as I should say, the hunt begins. Well, here I am. I got about halfway up that landslide area. I made the mistake of looking up and looking down. Almost got a vertigo attack going, and was like, you know, the rose quartz is all the way up at the top. I was about halfway up, and I'm like, do I really want this rose quartz that much? Could I risk my safety and well-being? No. I'll find someone else that's got some from this location, and I'll trade with them. I turned around, and I found this really cool basalt boulder with these nice big druzy crystal pockets in it, and they're green. So I picked up a few chunks of it And I'll be working on some thumbnails and micro mounts with these nice sparkly crystals from this basalt. I'll have to try to get an ID on the crystals from a club member at one of the local clubs. But it's really cool. I'm almost back down to the beach. Got a little ways left to go. And then I'll be hunting for agates and jaspers on the beach. A little bit safer down there. Better foothold. And I'll just have to watch out for sneaker waves. Not turn my back to the sea. Sun's coming out. Turning into a beautiful day. The hunt continues. Well, I'm all the way down, but at least I'm safe. That means a lot in my book. Better to be safe than sorry. And I have no cell service here, so I'd be up there if anything happened, either stranded or yelling for somebody to help me if anything happened, or in the worst case, dead. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm gonna hunt around the beach now and see what I can find. The hunt continues. Here I am in an area where there's water running down. I'm picking up these little guys, little agate nodules. They're some of my favorites. Let's see. Is that one? Nope. Come on. I jokingly refer to these little guys as jelly beans because they look like little jelly beans. And they're just hiding out in the little shallow, small diameter gravel here. Let's see if I can find one. Usually I'm just picking them up left and right. There's one. There's another beach I might stop by that has another area like this where water comes down and flows over the gravel, and I may stop by there on the way home from this beach. And there's an area where I hunted last time I was there, and there was a ton of them. That's just a shell piece. Sometimes you find shell pieces and they're definitely not what I'm looking for. There's another one. That one looks kind of yellowish. It might have wanted to be a citrine. Not a citrine. But, carnelian. But yeah, this is one of the things I do. I just go through and I hunt. And I just look for things that look unusual, and I like the little stuff that I tend to find just glancing through. There's a little one. There's another one there on the edge of my shadow. Some of these get pretty big. I found one that was about a ½ an inch in diameter once, down at that other beach. But also one of the things is, I've been here long enough that the tide is now coming in. It's all the way up to the top of the sandy part of the beach now. So I'm probably gonna start heading out of here pretty soon. Just trying to find some little stuff before I go. I found some pretty nice bigger stuff, so I'm happy with my trip. I am bummed out I didn't get any rose quartz, but it's, as I said, it's better to prioritize safety and arrive home safely than to push yourself, injure yourself, or worse. So, let's see if I can find one more of those. Sometimes the water gives some of the rocks the appearance of being translucent. That's another piece of shell. We got blue mussel shells here, so they kind of look similar to these little nodules when they're wet. There we go. There's a little nice one. But yeah, these are little, they're kind of flattish, and they're usually oval in shape. So that's why, and they're translucent, so that's why I call them jelly beans. Okay, the hunt goes on. Well, it's been about 3 hours since I arrived here. Tide's come in a bit. Almost got my feet soaked once, but found about 4 inches of stuff in the bottom of the bucket. And now I'm gonna head over down the road about a mile to Hidden Beach and do a little bit of coverage there and see what I can find down there. So we'll pick up down there if there's a parking space. Just a quick little check-in. Let me tell you, didn't think I was out of shape. Kinda laughed about how cute it was that they put benches along the stairs on the way down. On the way back up, I use the benches. Okay, here I am. I've caught my breath, and I am here at Oceanside Beach. I'll show you the entrance to Hidden Beach. I'm probably not going to go there today, but I am at Oceanside Beach. Here's the signs. And gonna take a quick walk down these stairs, which are absolutely a walk in the park compared to the other stairs at the other beach. And then we're at the beach. And over in the distance, over in that cliffside over there, I'm gonna zoom in. I just lost my head. on. Stabilization, do your thing. You can see that bunker-like entrance over there. That is the entrance to Hidden Beach. It's on the other side of that cliff. But I am not going to go there today. So, looks like there's plenty of gravel on the beach, and I'm gonna go see what I can find. Wish me luck. The hunt continues. Okay, here I am. It's been about an hour and 45 minutes since I arrived at this beach. And these are my finds from this beach. I found a nice big chunk of jasper, some rocks with some agate in them, some of the jelly beans. Here's a nice big one that I found. Found some carnelians. The first two that I took pictures of and shared, I found those right next to each other basically. They were so close that I did not have to take a step between finding the two of them. I'll take a picture before uploading this video and show how these react to UV when I get home. Here's my finds from the other beach. Now the reason why these jelly beans, as I call them, have the shape that they have is because of how they're formed. They're formed in basalt, which sometimes has pockets and holes in them, and sometimes the pockets fill in. Sometimes the pockets fill in solid, but sometimes they're crystalline in nature. So you get like microcrystalline quartz crystals filling the whole thing. Sometimes the pockets don't fill in all the way and you get just druzy in the pockets. And then sometimes they fill in with agate, a complete solution, and then it just forms agate within the pocket. And when the basalt breaks apart or dissolves away, erodes away, you're left with the agate or crystals that line the pocket. And sometimes it just falls out, and that's why I find these nodules, and I really like finding them. They just speak to me in some way, and I really like finding them. This was my best color piece of carnelian that I found all day, and I found that just as I was walking out off the beach. It's a nice, bright, orangey red color. Typical carnelian. The other pieces that I found were orangey, yellowy, orangey yellow, but that one was just, that is perfect, A grade, natural, unheated carnelian right off the beach. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will post later tonight when I have cell phone reception, and I will post the have the picture up for 5 seconds of the little pieces of agate under UV. So look forward to that. Beautiful day at the beach, and happy hunting. Okay, here I am at home. with my long wave UV light. And here's what the agates do. They fluoresce. Pretty bright, actually. The room isn't even dark, and also some of these crystals inside the basalt fluoresce. They're kind of like bladed crystals inside the basalt pockets there. Those fluoresce. These here are all from Short Beach. Even that carnelian fluoresces. That's cool. And here's the ones I picked up from Oceanside Beach. And as you can see, they fluoresce too. Got some glowers. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Hope you enjoyed my video today at the beach. Happy hunting, and have a great rest of your day.